Famous paintings, especially the work of old masters, are generally owned or held at museums for public display. Since museums rarely sell these artworks, they are considered truly priceless. Guinness World Records lists Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa as having the highest ever insurance value for a painting. On permanent display at the Louvre in Paris, the Mona Lisa was assessed at $100 million on December 14, 1962. Taking inflation into account, the 1962 value would be around $850 million in 2019. But which are the top 10 highest selling paintings of all time? Keep watching till the end to find out. This list does not include paintings sold in private auctions, whose purchase price remains unknown. Nude Couche, also known in English as Red Nude or Reclining Nude, is a 1917 oil-on-canvas painting by the Italian artist Amedeo Modigliani. The painting is one of a famous series of nudes that Modigliani painted under the patronage of Leopold Sborowski. It is believed to have been included in Modigliani's first and only art show in 1917 at the Gallery Berthe Wale, which was promptly shut down by the police for the obscenity in the art. In 2015, the painting fetched $170.4 million at a Christie's in New York sale. It was sold to Liu Yuqian, a Chinese billionaire businessman. La Femme d'Alger, meaning Women of Algiers, is a series of 15 paintings and numerous drawings created in 1954 to 1955 by the Spanish artist Pablo Picasso. It represents Algerian concubines in their harem smoking hookah through cubism form of art. The series was inspired by Eugene Delacroix's 1834 painting The Women of Algiers in their apartment. The 1955 version O is the final painting in Picasso's series and sold for $31.9 million in 1997 as part of the Gans collection at Christie's in New York. Auctioned for a second time in May 2015, a pre-sale valuation of $140 million was placed by Christie's, one of the highest ever placed on an auction artwork. The painting was eventually sold for $179.4 million to Hamad bin Jassim bin Jaber Al Thani, a member of the Qatari royal family. The pendant portraits of Martin Sulemans and Upjan Kopit are a pair of full-length wedding portraits by Rembrandt. They were painted on the occasion of the couple's marriage in 1634. Formerly owned by the Rothschild family, they became jointly owned in 2015 by the Louvre Museum in Paris and the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, after both museums managed to contribute €80 million each, a record for works by Rembrandt. Although the subjects were painted individually, the two portraits have been kept together since their inception and have always hung side by side in various collections. Today its estimated cost after inflation adjustment is $194 million. Number 6, Violet, Green and Red, is a painting by the Latvian-American abstract expressionist artist Mark Rothko. It is an oil-on-canvas painted in 1951. Many of Rothko's other works of the same multiform style have fetched over $50 million per sale. Number 6 consists of large expanses of color delineated by uneven hazy shades. In 2014, it became one of the most expensive paintings sold at auction and is one of the works implicated in the infamous Bouvier affair. Privately bought by Dmitry Rybolovlev in 2014 via Swiss dealer Yves Bouvier for €140 million, that is about $186 million, Rybolovlev later learned that Bouvier was actually the owner. Bouvier roughly pocketed €60 million through misrepresentation and has a string of international lawsuits filed against him. The inflation-adjusted price of this painting is currently about $201 million. Wasserschlangen 2, also referred to as Water Serpents 2, is a gold leaf-featured oil painting made by Austrian painter Gustav Klimt in 1907 as a follow-up to Water Serpents 1. Originally commissioned for and owned by Jenny Steiner, the daughter of a Viennese industrialist, the painting portrays same-sex relationships that were not acceptable at the time. Klimt disguised the lesbian women as mythical water nymph figures. During World War II, it was stolen by the Nazis and then was in possession by Klimt's alleged illegitimate child. In 2013, Yves Bouvier sold the painting to the Russian billionaire Dmitry Rybolovlev, one of the largest private art collectors in the world, for a massive $183.8 million. The lawsuit surrounding the deception controversy is still going on. Number 17A is a 1948 painting by Jackson Pollock, an American painter known for his contributions to the abstract expressionist movement. In September 2015, it was sold by the David Geffen Foundation to Kenneth C. Griffin, CEO of hedge fund Citadel for $200 million. The total deal, which included another painting mentioned in our list's top 3, costed Griffin a whopping $500 million. So what makes an abstract painting worth $200 million, you may ask? Though number 17A lacks any sort of creative title, it remains one of the best examples of the radical and unique drip painting art form, which Pollock introduced to the world in 1947. Even though the painting appears random, Pollock's precise movement and control can be tracked in the piece. The Tahitian phrase "Nafia Fa'apoipo," meaning "when will you marry?" is an attempt to capture primitive art by the French post-impressionist artist Paul Gauguin. The 1892 oil painting features 2 native Tahitian women dressed in traditional wear sitting in a field. It is suggested that the white tire flower behind the left ear of one woman indicates she is seeking a husband. On loan to the Kunstmuseum in Basel, Switzerland for nearly a half-century, it was sold privately by the family of Rudolf Stechelin to Sheikh Al-May Asa bin Hamad Al Thani, member of the royal family of Qatar, in 2014. The sale was made for close to $210 million and is one of the highest prices paid for an artwork. The Card Players is a series of 5 oil paintings by the French post-impressionist artist Paul Cézanne. Painted during Cézanne's most acclaimed period in the early 1890s, the versions of the Card Players vary in size, the number of players, and the game setting. One version of the Card Players was purchased by the royal family of Qatar in April 2011 from the private collection of Greek shipping magnate George Mbirikos. Though exact details of the private sale are unknown, estimates place the sale price between $250 and $320 million. 4 other pieces titled the same are placed at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Musée d'Orsay, the Courtauld, and the Barnes Foundation. Interchange, also known as Interchanged, is an oil-on-canvas painting by Willem de Kooning, a Dutch-American abstract expressionist painter. At $300 million, it is the second most expensive painting ever sold. Completed in 1955, it was one of de Kooning's first abstract landscape works and marked a change in his style under fellow artist Franz Klein's influence. In September 2015, along with Jackson Pollock's number 17A, Interchange was purchased by billionaire hedge fund manager and art collector Kenneth C. Griffin. As of 2019, it is equivalent to $325.7 million and is currently on loan at the Art Institute of Chicago. In the world of art, interchange is not only valuable as an object, but its value lies in its myth. A combination of timing of its creation, globalization of the art market, the rise and fall of collectors, and as the face of modern art movement in the US, de Kooning's Interchange rose to fame. This piece by Italian Renaissance artist Leonardo da Vinci, dated circa 1500, is his only one in private collection. The painting depicts Jesus in a Renaissance dress, making the sign of the cross with his right hand, while holding a transparent non-refracting crystal orb as the celestial sphere of the heavens in his left. Jesus is shown as Salvator Mundi, the Latin phrase for savior of the world. Sold in auction for a hefty $450.3 million on 15 November 2017 by Christie's in New York, the painting set a new record for most expensive painting ever sold at public auction. Prince Badr bin Abdullah allegedly bought the painting on behalf of the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud, through the Ministry of Culture. Many art specialists, however, dispute that the work is not entirely Da Vinci's and that he only contributed certain elements. The inflation-adjusted price stands at $469.7 million. That's it for today. Check out our original and handmade digital paintings, perfect for homes and wall decor or as unique gifts, mugs and t-shirt designs. At affordable prices and easy one-click download, you can customize your prints by yourself. Link in the description. Let us know in the comments how far you would go to buy art. To check out more of our top 10 videos, click on one of the links shown on the screen.